Luda! It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis, where I cover non-crypto related topics such as pop culture, sports, finance, and automotive. And today, I guess you can consider this pop culture mixed with a little politics. Kanye West, epic rant in the Oval Office. Today, we're going to take a look at this Zero Hedge article and look at a video as well. And I'll give you my 2 cents on the whole situation. But first, the song selection for today is Ludacris, Roll Out. Feeling some Dirty South classic hip-hop music right now. What's good, people? Again, welcome to this episode of My 2 Cents. And man, today, epic rant and meeting with Donald Trump in the Oval Office, Kanye West, Jim Brown, some other celebrities all came together to really discuss manufacturing, helping reduce crime in the inner city, and a number of topics. And Kanye West had a crazy rant. I know, some people are, at least in my community, in the black community, they've turned their backs on Kanye West because he's a supporter of Trump. Many of you may know I actually was a supporter of Trump during his presidential election and still really like many of the things that he's doing, that he's trying to do, though, I feel like he's painting himself into a corner with this whole using the rally and the economic recovery we're seeing. He's using that as the basis of his platform, and I think that's going to come back and bite him in his ass big time, just simply because it's all because of easy money. It wasn't, he did lower taxes, right? But those are temporary fixes. Those are band-aids to fix the issues that we have deep rooted within our fiscal and monetary system. So I think it's gonna really look bad. And you already see the Dow Jones is down over 1,000 points in the last 2 days. I think because of the comments that the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell made, that he kind of slipped up and said that they're going to continue to increase rates, interest rates, and that's not good for stocks, right? And so now you got Trump coming out mad at the Federal Reserve, and it's just a hot mess. But back to what I was saying, though, I commend Kanye West for being who he is, being true to his beliefs, and that's what's wrong with many of us. We're so scared to just have our own opinions. Like, I don't care. I'll have my own opinion about anything. I'm opinionated. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and I can give 2 cents about what anyone else feels, how I feel about a certain situation. So I'm going to tell you how it is, and I really like that about Kanye West, and kudos to him for doing that. So he was very excited to meet with Donald Trump today in the Oval Office, and we've got here Zero Hedge says President Trump and Kanye West got together with Jared Kushner, Ivanka, NFL star Jim Brown, and about a dozen reporters on Thursday, where the Trump-loving rap star gave a 10-minute sermon counting the ways Trump is a superstar to him. It says here the White House said that the meeting was called so that Trump and Kanye West could discuss manufacturing, urban revitalization, tamping down violent crime in Chicago, and criminal justice reform. Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor who has focused on prison reform, attended the meeting. Trump kicked off things telling the press Kanye has been a friend of mine for a very long time, as West sat across from Trump donning a red Make America Great Again hat at the Resolute desk. Kanye said that Trump has bravery for tackling criminal justice issues, while Trump returned the compliment saying that Kanye can speak for me anytime he wants. He's a smart cookie. He gets it. When asked if Kanye could run for president, Trump said could very well be, to which West added only after 2024. This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest, the black skinhead rapper said. Kanye talked about how Trump filled him with reassuring male energy, while the Clinton campaign slogan, "I am with her," didn't make him feel like a guy who could play catch with his son, West elaborated. There was something about putting his hat on that made me feel like Superman. Non-political, no bullshit, Kanye says. And man, like I said, this is cool, man. This is really cool. And to me, I'm for people having independent thoughts aside from what the masses are doing, especially in the black community. I know so many people who support Trump behind the scenes, but they're scared to come out and say, you know what, I like XYZ about Trump. You know, you're not going to like everything about Trump. You shouldn't like everything about any candidate, any president. If you like everything that a president is doing, you have severe bias toward that individual. So I'm cool with it. You know, I think it's great to see him going to the Oval Office, to the White House, to talk about these serious issues. Prison reform is much needed. You know, it's really for minorities and more particularly for black males. The prison system is just a trap, man, and it's sad. I've had family members, friends caught up into that stuff for, you know, things that they hit you with these plea deals and they almost force you to take a plea. They force you to do that, not even go to trial. 90-something% never make it to trial. You know, the Clintons have put more black people in jail than any other president with their laws and stuff. So, man, you know, people need to really wake up, especially my black people. I'm talking more to you, man. You can't just be Democratic by default because your mama was. You got to really start doing your research and figuring out which party is best for you and what you believe in. It's funny because many black Christians are actually very conservative. If you look at what they believe in and what they don't believe in, whether it be, you know, gay rights or, you know, many of the things that liberals are very pro to, many black Christians are very conservative and would really align with Republicans. Now, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, so I'm going to just vote for or support the person that is most aligned with my ideologies. But at the same time, I know that this whole presidential, you know, chief commander thing is just a facade. They don't really run much of anything. It's like a space where they can do things in between there, but anything outside of that is really run by the system as a whole. So I fully am aware of that. But if you were to be voting for someone or align yourself with a party, then really look at what they're about and if they're helping, you know, push the cause, push the movement forward, and not just pick a Democrat or Republican because your parents were and you're scared to, you know, be the black sheep of the family. But let's look at this video. It's pretty passionate, I'll tell you that much. And you guys let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below.
People expect that if you're black, you have to be Democrat. I've had conversations that basically said that welfare is the reason why a lot of black people end up being Democrat. They say, you know, first of all, it's a limit to amount of jobs. So the fathers lose the jobs and they say, we'll give you more money for having more kids in your home. And then we got rid of the mental health institutes in the 80s and the 90s, and the prison rates just shot up. And now you have Chirac, what people call Chirac, which is actually our murder rate is going down by 20% every year. I just talked to the superintendent, met with Michael Sachs, that's Rom's right-hand man. So I think it's the bravery that helps you beat this game called life. You know, they tried to scare me to not wear this hat, my own friends, but this hat, it gives me power in a way. You know, my dad and my mom separated, so I didn't have a lot of male energy in my home. And also, I'm married to a family that, you know, not a lot of male energy going on. It's beautiful, though. But there's times where, you know, it's something about, you know, I love Hillary. I love everyone, right? But the campaign, I'm with her, just didn't make me feel as a guy that didn't get to see my dad all the time, like a guy that could play catch with his son. There was something about when I put this hat on, it made me feel like Superman. You made a Superman. That's my favorite superhero. And you made a Superman cape for me also as a guy that looks up to you, looks up to Rap Lauren, looks up to American industry guys. Non-political, no bullshit, put the beep on it, however you want to do it, 5 seconds delay, and just goes in and gets it done. Right now, you gave me the heart to go to Adidas, because at Adidas, when I went in 2015, we were a $14 billion company losing $2 billion a year. Now we have a $38 billion market cap. It's called the Yeezy effect. And I went to Casper. We had a meeting in Chicago. And I said, you have to bring manufacturing onshore, not even shore, into the core. It's not about the borders, the core of Adidas. And Chicago is the core of Middle America. We have to make Middle America strong. So I had the balls, because I had enough balls to put on this hat. I mean, this Adidas thing made me a billionaire, and I could have lost $200 million walking away from that deal. But even with that, I knew it was more important for me to take the chance of walking away from that deal than to have no fathers in Chicago with no homes. And when we do have prison reprobation, because it's habilitation, not rehabilitation, because we didn't have the abilities in the first place. We never had anyone that taught us. We didn't teach us. Exactly, we had no one that taught us. Right? So it's more important than any specific deal, anything, that we bring jobs into America, and that we provide a transition with mental health and the American education curriculum that Jim has worked on. Larry Hoover also has a curriculum that he's worked on. We have Montessori curriculums that we worked on. WeWorks has a beautiful curriculum. The Waldorf establishment has a curriculum. We have meditation. There's a lot of things affecting our mental health that makes us do crazy things, that puts us back into that trap door called the 13th Amendment. I did say abolish with the hat on, because why would you keep something around that's a trap door? If you're building a floor, the Constitution is the base of our industry, right? Of our country, of our company. Would you build a trap door that if you mess up and you accidentally something happens, you fall and you end up next to the Unabomber? You got to remove all that trap door out of the relationship. The four gentlemen that
preach, Reverend Rest, preach.
And I think the way the universe works, it's perfect. We don't have 13 floors, do we? You know, so the four gentlemen that wrote the 13th Amendment didn't look like the people they were amending. Also, at that point, it was illegal for blacks to read, or African Americans to read. And so that meant if you actually read the amendment, you get locked up and turned to a slave. Again, so what I think is, we don't need sentences, we need pardons. We need to talk to people. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I was connected with a neuropsychologist that works with the athletes in the NBA and the NFL. And he looked at my brain. It's equal on 3 parts. I'm going to go ahead and drop some bombs for you. 98 percentile IQ test. I had a 75 percentile of all human beings, but it was counting 8 numbers backwards off the repeat. So I'm going to work on that one. The other one's 98%, Tesla, Freud. You know, so he said that I actually wasn't bipolar. I had sleep deprivation, which could cause dementia 10 to 20 years from now, where I wouldn't even remember my son's name. So all this power that I got, and I'm taking my son to the Sox game and all that, I wouldn't be able to remember his name from a misdiagnosis. And what we need is, we can empower the pharmaceuticals and make more money. That's one thing. I've never stepped into a situation where I didn't make people more money. So we can empower pharmaceuticals, we can empower our industries, we can empower our factories, we can bring not only Adidas on shore, we could bring Foxconn to set up a factory in, I think, Minnesota, 53,000.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin. They have 4,000 jobs, people making $53,000 a year. And one of the things we got to set is Ford to have the highest design, the dopest cars, the most amazing. I don't really say dope. I don't say negative words and try to flip them. We just say positive, lovely, divine, universal words. So the flyest, freshest, most amazing car. And what we want to start with is, I brought a gift with me right here. This right here is the iPlane 1. It's a hydrogen-powered airplane, and this is what our president should be flying in. Look at this, Jared.
So get rid of Air Force One. Can we get rid of Air Force One? No, you don't like that.
Well, we're going to have Apple, an American company, work on this plane with. But you know what I don't like about? It's not that I don't like. What I need Saturday Night Live to improve on, or what I need the liberals to improve on is, if he don't look good, we don't look good. This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest planes, the best factories, and we have to make our core be empowered. We have to bring jobs into America because our best export is entertainment and ideas. But when we make everything in China and not in America, then we're cheating on our country. And we're putting people in positions to have to do illegal things to end up in the cheapest factory ever, the prison system.
Damn, there you go. There you go. All right, man. I agree with him. He was a little bit all over the place at first, and he's telling the truth, man. You know, I watch, especially like in the hip hop culture, the level of disrespect for, I don't care. Okay, you don't like Donald Trump, right? But the level of disrespect that our country has, even with liberals, non-hip hop culture, just liberals, real left-wing extremists, the level of disrespect they have for Donald Trump when he's our president first. You know what I mean? And so the level of disrespect that I see nowadays is so crazy. It just makes me feel like we are losing the core, the fiber of our country and our political system, and we're breaking down. It's like the American dream, our society is deteriorating. And I know it is. You guys know it is too. But these are the telltale signs when you have such disrespect for, you know, the commander-in-chief of your country. You can dislike him, but you don't have to have that level of disrespect. So I think this was great. I hope more things comes from this. Again, I like Donald Trump. I don't like everything about Donald Trump. I just think that it's good to see something different in the Oval Office. Trump is a result of people fed up with the lies on top of the lies on top of the lies and promises they were given and they never came through all these years. And it goes back from Bush 1, Clinton, Bush 2, Obama. I felt like that presidency didn't do much. It didn't do much for us at all. It was just a bunch of nice speeches, in my opinion. Smart person. Obama's very intelligent, but I didn't see anything really done, man. And so in this presidency, I'm seeing stuff being done. And again, he's not perfect. There are things that he could do better. Not be on Twitter so much, not be so erratic or sporadic with his comments and stuff. But overall, you can see a full-on effort to change things and make America great again, literally. That's what he's trying to do. And so, you guys let me know, what do you think about this meeting that Kanye had? Is it something that you think will be productive? What are your thoughts? This is going to be a heated debate, I know. Politics and religion, boy. Those are the two topics you should never touch on, but I am. It's your boy Crypto Blood. This is my 2 cents for today, October 11th, 2018, and we gonna roll out. Holla!